Hello and welcome to your 10-minute, no BS, hot girl, core and arms workout. I am a mobility and functional trainer and I've been doing this for now 6 years, so welcome. This was again day 2 of a series that I'm working on, so if y'all have missed the previous workout, always make sure to check back because it will always be available for y'all. But without further ado, again, this series is no warm up, no cool down, so please do that in your own time. I have added some videos in the description in case y'all would like some ideas, but if y'all are in a gym setting, y'all can also just do a treadmill for 5 to 10 minutes, bike, elliptical, whatever floats your boat, Stairmaster for 10 minutes, and then come to this workout. And as always, I have also placed the weight recommendation in the description down below, so make sure to check it out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab those 2 dumbbells today. We're gonna come into a nice hip flexion here, slight bend in those knees. We're gonna do wide rows, all right? 10 reps right here. Squeezing the back muscles here, elbows are going out wide, and pressing your hips slightly back so you're feeling more into your heels than the toes. The toes should almost feel super light that you can pick them up. All right, if you haven't already, going ahead and starting those 10 slow and controlled reps here. And at any time, if you start to feel your low back kind of in a strain, you can always feel free to come back and reset before coming back into the wide rows, or again, you can lighten the weights and see if that helps for any kind of low back tension. Awesome work, y'all. And making sure it's nice, slow, and controlled. I see so many people doing this number and their head is coming forward. You wanna minimize that. You wanna bring your chin towards your chest, not all the way, but in towards your chest so your spine is nice and neutral, and you're going ahead and doing a nice, slow, and controlled rep. The slower you go, the better, so you really feel it in your back muscles, right? Because this one is great if you're doing cardio, but not great for strengthening or activation, right? You're just gonna feel a little bit of a burn, but you really wanna make sure those muscles, especially if you want lean, beautiful muscles, take it nice, slow, and controlled. Last one, right here, and boom. Let's go ahead and pause. All right, now we get to relax a little bit. Not totally relax, but a little bit of a break from standing. So we're coming back down with 1 dumbbell, and we're coming back into stack knees, and for this one, coming onto your elbows. So making sure that we're also working those obliques. So making sure in this position, I see this way often, sagging down, right? Make sure, right, first of all, your shoulders are away from your ears. You're squeezing your oblique muscles here and bringing that 1 dumbbell on your hip, right? And right here, we're gonna go ahead and begin 10 reps on one side. We're gonna go ahead and do little tiny hip dips up and down with the knees bent here. Again, considering all the cues that I just mentioned, we're really squeezing up with the obliques here, squeezing that navel behind your back so you're protecting your low back and breathing through it here. Never hold your breath in these workouts because as much as it is tempting and hard to do these exercises, you wanna make sure you're breathing nice and efficiently so that your muscles that are working so hard for you are also getting that benefit of maximizing the muscles, leaning out the muscles, and getting stronger. Nice work, y'all. Again, these are barely lifts up and down. It's about a micro inch towards the floor and up towards the sky. So on the video, it might look like I'm doing nothing, but little tiny dips up and down. Last one right here. Squeeze, hold for a second. Let's hold, keep those hips nice into that neutral position. Bring those obliques towards the sky. Holding, maybe getting in a smile here for last 3, 2, 1, and slowly bringing those hips back down. Switching sides. Y'all already know the drill. If you've done my workouts in the past, you already know what we do to one side, gotta hit the other side. All right, let's go ahead and begin. 10 nice, slow, and controlled reps right here. I always try to incorporate a side plank in all of my series. The reason being is because I want to make sure that your body is effectively challenged in different planes of motion. I always add a side plank and also transverse plane of motion exercises. If y'all don't know what that means, some of y'all already know because y'all have been doing my series for a while, but for those of us who are not familiar with the term, it basically is a fancy term for hitting different directions and specifically twisting motions. So whenever your body is not in a nice flat position, but more so in a more dynamic position, kind of like when we're doing a golf swing or even doing a tennis racket swing back situation. Transverse plane of motion. Nice. Last one right here. Hold. Keep those hips nice and high. Squeeze those inner thighs together, pressing that elbow down to the floor, lifting a little bit higher from that side oblique. Nice deep inhale through the nose, deep exhalation out through the mouth. Do not lower those hips yet. 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring those hips back down. Whew. Do you feel it yet in the side obliques? I certainly do. All right, next up, we get to come back to either a tall kneeling position. Now for some of us might feel some strain into the knees. So feel free to come up into the standing position, or if y'all are at a gym setting, or even at home, if y'all have a chair, you can slide that chair down, you can sit on a chair and do this exercise as well. But I'm gonna be demonstrating here in a tall kneeling. And if you're in a tall kneeling position like myself, we're gonna go ahead and make sure those toes are hooked on the floor. So we're really stabilizing through the lower half and the core. All right, from here, this is one of my favorite moves. We're gonna keep the elbows nice and close into that neutral position. A lot of times I see people opening up those elbows, so making sure your elbows are nice and close. From here, we're gonna lift up kind of like when we're doing an overhead press in a horizontal position for the dumbbells, except we're gonna go ahead and bend through those elbows. We're gonna make a nice circle. And notice my elbows are not coming down, right? I wanna make sure those triceps and lat muscles are still being engaged. Let's go ahead and begin whenever you're ready. 10 reps right here, one direction first, and then we'll switch up. You wanna make sure those elbows and lats are engaged in addition to the triceps that is working, especially in the backside, and the core, so that we really get everything working in here. Again, we only have 10 minutes, so this movement kind of gets a lot of muscle groups in one exercise. And if y'all ever listen to that song Halo by Beyonce, I want you to channel your beautiful halo, creating a beautiful little circle above your head. Nice, looking good, right? Who said exercise cannot be fun, right? Fun analogies here. Last 2 on this side, looking good, y'all. Last 1, and let's go ahead and bring it down for just a moment. Shimmy out those shoulders, and then we're gonna switch sides or switch direction. All right, let's go ahead and begin. 10 reps on the other side. Now we're making sure that your core is engaged, right? Your low back is not dipping outwards or a little bit high up away from the midline. So I wanna make sure that core is nice and neutral, especially when we're having overhead movements here. You wanna make sure everything is nice and tight. So imagine someone is punching your belly, right? Minimizing the hip shift here, especially with the heavier weight. You're gonna wanna do this number. Do not let the weight take you, right? Making sure nothing else really moves. A little bit of a shift is fine, but trying to really minimize that shift and just focusing on the upper half. Nice, last 2. Keep going out, do not give up yet. We're almost done. Last 1 right here. Nice, and let's go ahead and pause. Shimmy those arms for just a moment. All right, staying in the same position, whether y'all were on the chair, in a tall kneeling, or standing, we're gonna now shift the dumbbell into a vertical position. We're gonna go ahead, bring it behind your head, making sure that you have a weight that is appropriate for this exercise. If you need to go up or down, feel free to do it now. But same idea here as the halos, making sure elbows are close to your ears here, making sure you don't widen through the elbows here. Shoulders are stable here. Now we're gonna do tricep dips, little tiny dips down, little tiny pulses up, or extension from the elbows and the arms. Nice, let's go ahead and hit 10. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze. Again, anytime you need to pause this video, feel free to pause. But again, we're almost done here. Squeezing through the abdominal muscles. Make sure again, those hips do not move side to side or forward and backwards, but really, really nice and strong. So You're really keeping those abdominals nice and tight. Looking good. We just have 3. Keep going. I know it burns. That's the whole point. No BS. Let's go. Last one. Coming up right here. One more. And let's go ahead and slowly come out of it. Beautiful. All right, I want you to set those weights down for just a moment. We're coming down onto our low plank position. Again, if you do want to make this harder, you can bring that dumbbell. Just keep it there. And I'll show you if y'all want to use a little bit more resistance, but we're gonna start with a little tiny plank situation. Again, no movement, just hold it right here. We're getting into the finale here, so really making every single rep, every single second count. For a plank, making sure your hips are not going high like this, making sure your hips are not also touching the floor. If you find yourself doing this, just reset, bring your knees down onto the floor, and then reset, all right? I don't want anyone feeling it in the low back. If you do, making sure you bring your hips into that nice neutral position, or reset, tap the knees down, bring it up. Nice, looking good, y'all. And really squeezing through the butt cheeks as well. Internally squeeze those glutes. Imagine you have $100 bills here. Squeeze that $100 bill, do not lose it. Last 3, keep going. Breathing, nice deep inhale and exhale and rest. Bring those knees down. Beautiful. Now, if you wanna get a little bit more challenged here, a little bit more challenging, we're gonna go ahead and bring that single dumbbell into play. We're gonna go ahead and do anti-rotations. Now, you have a couple options. If you don't wanna use a dumbbell, you don't have to, but if you're using dumbbell, a couple options. You can be either on your knees or you can be on your toes. Actually, the same rules apply if you're not using a dumbbell as well. Knees or toes, all right? From here, if you're on your knees, toes, same idea. From the opposite side, we're bringing it down to the same side. So if my right hand is working, it's bringing from the left to the right, bring it down. Dumbbell grabs from the left now, bring it to your left side from the right, bring it down. All right, 10 reps right here. Again, if you wanna get more challenging, you can just come up on your toes. If you're not using the dumbbell, you're just scooping up. Without any dumbbell, scoop the arm up, hold, bring it down. Scoop the other hand, hold, bring it down. All right, so a couple different options here for everyone, right? All levels, making sure your hips are not moving here. I don't wanna see this, all right? Do not do this. You're not working your core. Do you want a good core, a strong core? Yes, you do. That's why you're clicked on this video, that's why you're here. So making sure your core is nice and stable. If you do find yourself shifting from the hips, just come on your knees. It's gonna be the same activation, just a little less movement in the hips and more stable on the floor. Keep going, y'all. We are almost done. 3 more on each side. I know it's challenging, but the good news is we are almost done. You got it. Last 1, coming up on each side. If you're here on your body weight, still keep going with those scoops. Nice. Squeeze, and let's go ahead and pause. All right, well, that was our quick and effective upper body workout. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and y'all already know the drill. Day 3 is next. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Have a great day, y'all.